Timothy with them. It's been a while since I did my last movie review. The film I'm doing today is called Babes and Boys. It's a 10 set action film with a total of 10 different films. I don't know if you can exactly see it, but here it is right here. A whole bunch of different films on it. Um, it it's a DVD set. The first film I'm gonna review on this DVD set um, is called The Two Plates, which is a movie revolving around counterfeit plates that can create counterfeit money that looks like the real thing. Basically, it looks like real money, but it's actually counterfeit. And when a couple of friends from the hood steal the counterfeit plates from a corrupt music producer without me giving too much away of the film, I'll say this. This film was interesting for me. Like I said, without me giving too much away on this film, I'll ask these obvious questions. Will the thieves stick together, or will greed set in the way of their friendship? And what will happen if the corrupt music producer finds out that they are the ones who stole from him? And what happens if the police find out they killed in order to get those plates? And what if they are busted making counterfeit money on top of being arrested for murder? So my answer to these questions is simple. You're just going to have to watch this film called The Two Plates to find out. Now on to my rating for this film. I will, as far as the film itself, if I was rating it on just the film itself instead of a series of different subjects, I would rate this film a 4-star rating for the film itself. But because I'm rating this film, of course, on a series of subjects, here are those subjects. I'll give this film a 4-star rating for the pace of the film. The film was very entertaining. I would give it a 5-star rating for the acting. So that's my rating for this film. Now on to my next movie review from this movie set collection. This next film is called Game Over, which is about a street fighter whom, once freed from prison, goes home to his wife and child, but he is in need of money to support himself and his woman and their child. But due to his past criminal record, no job will hire him. But when he is approached by a fight promoter, he reluctantly agrees to compete in a series of street fighting tournaments. Just one problem: he won't know whom his opponents are until they find him. And the fights can happen at any time, any place, anywhere. Without me giving too much more away on this film, I'll ask these simple questions. Will he survive long enough to collect the $1,000 the promoter is promising him? Or will he be killed by one of his opponents? My answer to that question is simple. You're just going to have to watch this film to watch out. You're just going to have to watch this film to find out whether he's going to survive or not. Now on to my rating for this film, Game Over. If I was rating it on the film itself as a whole, instead of a series of different subjects, I'd give it a 5-star rating. This film is one of my favorite street fight movies. But of course, I'm going to rate this film on a series of subjects. Like I said, if I was rating the film, I'll give it a 5 stars as for the film itself because I love this film. It has great fight sequences. But because I'm not rating it on the whole of the film, here's my series of subjects. I'll give this film a 5 star for the acting, a 5 star for the originality of the storyline. It had a very original storyline. Like I said, the acting was really good, 5 star rating. The pace of the film, definitely a 5 star rating. This is definitely a great film to check out. It's called Game Over. It's one of the best street fighting movies I've seen. Really entertaining. Now, this next film I'm going to review is called Big Bag of Money, which is about a man who steals money from the wrong people and in a desperate attempt to escape tries jacking an innocent man's car. The man accidentally kills the money-stealing greedy man, then opens the bag of money and decides to keep it. Without me giving too much more away, I'll ask these 2 questions. What will happen if the owner of the money finds out he has it? And if they do, will they kill the man and his wife? Now here's my answer to both of those questions. My answer is simple. You just got to watch this film to find out. I have to say this film was another entertaining one. Very entertaining. If I was rating it on the film itself, I'd have to give that a 4 star rating. Not exactly a 5 star rating, even though this film was entertaining. But there are a little bit of flaws within the film. The acting, I'll give a 4 star rating. The acting was decent. For the originality of the storyline, I have to give that 5 stars. Definitely an original storyline. Pace of the film, I'll give a 4 star rating. This film was slow at times, but it was an entertaining film. Definitely a film definitely a film to check out. The film's called Bag of Money. Now on to my next film review on this disc set movie collection. This next film is called Jack Squad, which is about 3 con women who deceive men, seduce them, and steal from them. But when they steal from a man who works for a drug kingpin, things get complicated. Without me giving too much more away on this film, I'll ask these obvious questions. Will these women survive, or will they end up paying for their sins with their very lives? And of course, I'll give you a simple answer to that question, which is you're just going to have to watch this film called Jack Squad to find out for yourself. Now on to my rating for this film. This film, for me, if I was rating it on the film itself, I'll give it a 4.5 star rating. This film was entertaining, but definitely not the best I've seen. Now, on to my rating on a series of subjects of the film. I'll give the storyline, for its originality, I'll give that a 5 star rating. Definitely an original storyline. It just got slow at times, but it was a very interesting storyline, very original. The acting, I'll give a 4.5 star rating. The acting is the best in the film. The pace of the film, I'll give a 3 star rating. This film is slow in the beginning and gets slow at other points of the film, but the film was interesting. The whole storyline was interesting. Now on to my next film review on this disc set. This next film I'm going to review from this disc set is called Gang Girl, which is about a young girl named Shakira, whom joins a gang but ends up arrested and taken to a Scare Straight program, where she meets the creator of her gang, Queen V, whom used to be the queen of her gang before getting locked up in prison. Queen V ends up trying to scare Shakira straight by telling Shakira her story of her rise to power and her downfall as the queen of the gang. Without me giving too much more away, I'll ask these obvious questions. Will Shakira be scared straight, or will she stick to her gang life? upon her release. And of course, if she does get out of the gang, choose to leave, will she be killed by the gang she might walk away from? The answer to those questions are simple. You're just going to have to watch this film called Gangrel to find out for yourself. Now on to my review for the next film on this set, which is called